Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Ringru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we promised you something a little bit different today, and we are delivering. We have a 2v2 on Colomboles. Ranks, you're going to explain the beautiful, beautiful rules for this game. Take it away.
So, on the left hand side in blue, we have ourselves the Allies. Their team name is Axis of No Talent. We have the Knife Guy at 7th Armour Division, and Zag Scrag as the 1st Polish Armour Division. On the right hand side, we have the team Buff 4th Armoured. No. And we have ourselves Mbetch as 716th Infantry Division, and Haymaker as Trove SS Panzer Division. This is the 6 Divisions tournament. Essentially, it's a 2v2 round robin tournament. And the major gist of it is you pick 3 Allied divisions and 3 Axis divisions, and those are the only divisions that you can play for your team for the entirety of said tournament. Yeah, it's a 2v2 on Colombelles. And Mbetch, if you're watching this, we're finally casting a 2v2. You're in it. I hope you're happy.
If you're not happy, then you got to get out more.
Sure. Yes.
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 All right. Sorry. I'm just saying. We've bowed to public pressure. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. I'm
All
just
right.
the rims of the people who watch my videos.
We are slaves to public opinion. That's one way to call us.
Just like Facebook.
Exactly. But we don't sell your information unless
Yeah.
you give us money. Now we are going to get off pretty quickly here, and I guarantee you already I'm going to get super confused about who does what and how is where. But I imagine what's going to be pretty standard here is looks like, yep, the Poles seem to be holding a lot of the northern position, and indeed so does Mbet with his 716th.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit surprising. I would have thought, even with the Knife Guy's excellent infantry, I didn't think he would be in the south. I would have thought they would have placed him further to the north.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have gone north of Desert Rats, to be honest, as you got the Stuarts, which are pretty good CQC, and you got the Desert Rat infantry, quite literally. So that's a rather surprising thing. At the same time, the Poles, you got like all the Streltsky spam, and this bloody Streltsky spam runs Stuart. At the same time, this is like a rather big map to cover for 2 players, so it's all pretty spread out. It seems like the Poles are going to be sending a Cromwell and Stuart into like the northern middle sector. And down south, Knife Guy managing to get into the town. He's got Desert Rat, he's got a 2-2-star, 3-star in this case, Recon Stuart. But there's Recon Stuart I'm going to do to Rel, as Haymaker has itself a Boy to Firefly and it's open ground territory. So keep your Stuarts hidden, because the Boy to Firefly is roaming around. And he does see
Doesn't
the
it...
6-pounder, it seems. No. He realizes he's used 6-pounder.
Isn't it surprising? I mean, we used to see the Boy to Firefly in every single map, and it feels like you never see it anymore, you know?
Yeah, it's, I mean, a 1v, we usually do 1v1s, and a 1v1 is much more, it's a very risky unit to get at the start. So you usually have to cover like the entire map by yourself. And a 2v2, even though he has like more actual area to cover, you kind of pick like the what type of area you want to do. And because Haymaker's is really open and holding his whole northern, like southern, open ground area, you can take advantage and use a Firefly, because your entire, allotment of ground in this case is just open ground and Firefly, like it's open ground fights. Not when you're being shot at by a 6-pounder.
With a driver knocked out, that's terrifying.
That's pretty terrifying. 6-pounder's gonna get like a few free shots on. And that smoke from the Panda Grenadier Führer, lovely use of smoke here.
Oh, wow. I barely even saw him in the shadow there. I was wondering why he kept him so close. Actually, that's a really, really great piece I've never really thought of doing.
Dude, using like leader units to drop smoke is so good, because the smoke is instantaneous.
Yes.
So, it's pretty much like having a smoke dispenser on your tank, but not on the tank, and with a angry German throwing it for you.
Worth noting, by the way, the Streltsky spam has completely and totally collapsed under Osttruppen spam, so East meets East, and East loses.
Yeah, I mean, those Osttruppen really beat the Streltsky's, as they have the better machine gun. And we've got 2 job Panzer B2s as well.
Yes.
Which I mean, no offense, but like 716th is the worst division you could possibly pick. But he's doing pretty well with these Panzer B2s. It's going to be a rather deadly combo early on, especially in this like factory area.
Assuming he gets a shot off.
Yeah.
Crew wounded. Okay, that's bad. Oh, but the transmission's damaged. That's even worse, I would say.
Yeah, it's going to not be able to get out Stuart. Stuart's going to be rather slow, and those Panda B2s do a pretty good job at tanking those shots. You do have staghounds being brought in now to try and keep the B2s at bay, but at the same time, the B2s, they're bloody B2s. If they don't armor penetrate you, they're just going to shoot you with a big howitzer.
Yeah, you don't kill B2s. B2s kill B2s.
Yeah.
But the Firefly is not dead. A 222 is, though, and the second one is wounded down in the south, and the Desert Rats have got a firm infestation into that town there.
Spoken just like Rommel.
Not sure how else it's supposed to be, how else I'm supposed to put it. Well, I will say one thing right here. Rommel, if he was down here in the south, he'd be shelling his own men. There's one brave Panther Grenadier just in the middle of that mortar barrage. And the 12th SS is looking actually rather thin.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of kind of like spread up north with some Panther Grenadiers holding. And also, the Boy to Firefly is 200 points. So it's all his money's in that Boy to Firefly, essentially.
He's making himself paid off, though.
Yeah, he killed one Recon Stuart. Yeah, it's a good kill. His Recon Stuarts are a pain in the ass. So...
And a Stuart Remy, for that matter. So while I won't say that the Stuart Remy is maybe the most powerful of units, you cannot deny it. Yes.
There's Stuart Remy's, I mean, anything with a 50 cal, even... Anything with a 50 cal is scary.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think he loses 1B2 in the factory up north.
Yes, it was heavily damaged in the first place. It was practically crippled, and then the other Stuart up there manages to kill it.
Yeah, it's probably a side shot, it seems.
Now, I won't say it's amusing, because that is making light of all the brave fighting of these computer-generated soldiers. But I am very surprised the 716th has had this entire area on lockdown. On the match on Tuesday, we had a similar thought about basically half of the map. So seeing it like this... Mm-hmm. I don't know. First of all, we actually see an effective defense from the stuff on the northern side of that canal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just got the pack gun, the IG-18, and really Mbets, he's just embracing the Osttroopen spam. Oh boy, that's just looking at it, that's a stupid amount of Osttroopen. Holy moly. And it works well because Zag, he's just doing Strotsky spam. And Osttroopen beats Strotsky, and there goes another Stuart. So really, those Osttroopen spams is gonna work really well in this regard.
Even better than that too. I would say, aren't the Osttroopen even a little bit more price effective than the Strutsky?
Yeah, I mean they got the machine gun. The machine gun makes such a huge difference. Like, I mean, they're pretty much like the same equipment, right? So you have like one less guy for one less boat action, but it's MG34. Well, I don't need to say much else.
That's good. That's good because I definitely want to start, injecting some more of my own voice, and I love hearing myself talk. So, that came off a lot more mean than I intended it to. Frank, I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's cool.
Checking back in, Boy to Firefly is still alive. Germans have completely lost the town to the south, and interestingly enough, the map is practically mirrored in terms of just territory generation. Allies do control a tiny bit more. Yeah,
just a tad. I think it's really that middle area holding down Ralph the Knife Guy. And yeah, it's just, I mean, Desert Rats is a really powerful division. He's just making it work with all the light vehicles all over the place.
Yes.
With veterancy too. That's what makes, I mean, Stuart Rackies and are already pretty decent. But 2-star veterancy, they're really, really decent.
Now, it's kind of fun for me to see the light anti-tank guns as well, though, for the Germans really doing some work. We see some Streltsky spam up north. I won't say being hard countered, because Lord knows it's not technically a hard counter. But the Pak-37s, when it's able to hit trucks, yeah, no Poles are getting out of that.
Yeah.
That's definitely some nice cooked Polish sausage there. I was going to say German sausage. Poof.
I'd like any sausage, to be honest, at this point. I'm actually pretty hungry.
You know, Rang, I'm going to keep your whole preferences out of this, but you know what? We can talk about that offline. Wait, you haven't eaten dinner?
No, I have eaten dinner.
Okay.
Just talking about all these sausages make me just want to stick it.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish that sentence. Finish that sentence.
I just want to fry up some sausages and put them in my mouth.
You heard it here first, folks. If you want
Oh,
to...
God. What am I doing?
Anyway, getting back to the game. It's kind of funny for me also to take a look at the fact that the incomes of both these, the poles and the desert rats, you would think that really, when all is said and done, they would not be out econned. But Haymaker's actually not got a whole lot himself.
Yeah, yeah. It's really going to come down to B phase for Haymaker, you know, bring out the Ripman, bring out the Panthers, to really try to make something happen in this open ground area. It's really his best bet, I have to say. He's got the Panzer Grenadiers and Fire Support on point, which is helping out, but he doesn't have the AT to deal with these Stuarts. He's bringing out, you know, Pack 30H, which are decent, but it's not decent enough because they're just Pack 30H. And doesn't have any line of sight on the actual armor.
Now, I am enjoying the fact that we see a Flam P2 in the middle part of the map.
Oh, I love seeing that. I mean, it's a pretty decent area. I mean, it's got like a forest area and just burn everything, but yeah, I like seeing B2s. It's just, you know, it's a cool tank.
One thing I'm also happy to see is that Cromwell 5 being activated in the center part of the map. Not a whole lot going on there. I mean, he's fired a couple of rounds now, but for the first several minutes, he was hanging out, man. He wasn't even moving.
Yeah, he's just enjoying a roar from safe distance.
As should we all.
As should we all.
Phase B is hitting, though, which means that, well, Haymaker will start to get a little bit more power here. And, well, I was going to say the Allies fall off a bit, but that's not true at all now, is it?
Nah, the Allies, I mean, even though Desert Rats and Poes are much more like the A phase, B phase aggressive compared to like C phase aggressive tank divisions, they still hold really well in the late game. Even though the eco is, even though like a eco isn't great late game compared to like, you know, other allied tank divisions, they still hold pretty well. They have good unit choices going into C phase, especially with Desert Rats because they get 2-star Fireflies, and even though they only get like one like card of 2-star Fireflies per like card, such a good unit. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how powerful 2-star Fireflies can be. As they just hit every time.
And I wish you were wrong about that, but you're oh so right. Unfortunately, we see some Haymakers some of Haymaker's P-Grens moving forward, and they would have been able to actually get a shot on that stag hound, but no more Panzerfausts, and ironically, the Flam Panzer has an internal fire.
Guys. How ironic. He became the thing he ought to destroy.
One more beautiful
or
flame.
Became himself, but he didn't even manage to get the flamethrower off. I'm actually really disappointed. Didn't even manage to burn everything and anything.
No. He used 20 shots of it.
Oh, was a flamethrower?
Yep.
Oh, my bad. But
that's totally okay.
God.
I'm angry at him.
I'm angry at myself for not seeing it.
Ooh, we have one P-Gren in the area. He still has one Panzerfaust. Get in after. Nope. Oh no, never mind.
Nope.
I was like the Cromwell. Never mind.
Nope.
He's not going to die. But exactly like you said, now light vehicles are going to cause a lot of issues for the Axis, and that Achilles down below is not going to help either. That is a Lord of War, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, rough ramen.
He's gonna rough. He's gonna rough all over that town, and he's gonna flam it too. Oh God, look at that one too. The flam panzer's gonna get P-atted, Joe. Is he? No. He's waiting for the rough ramen to rough, but. Oh no, he could probably rush through the desert. Rats only has AT grenades, but he's still gonna just keep back for now, I guess.
The Stuart Recce is probably gonna just take him out. Just watch.
It's like, what was he doing with the Flam Panzer? He's just you gotta do something with it. Either fall back or charge.
No, never mind. No, he had him reverse.
Okay, no.
Pop the clutch, you fool! Pop the clutch.
Come on.
Ooh, wow, that Point of Firefly still getting work done.
Yeah, kills another Stuart Recce. And, God.
You were so beautiful. You were too beautiful for this world.
Yep. He really lit it up in unsurprising rage.
So the rough ramen for me, at least the silhouette for it, looks like a tank from 40K. And I don't know why.
Yeah, it kind of looks like something out of, like I imagine like a Commander and Conquer unit or some nonsense like that. It looks like a quintessential like RTS unit. from like its unit icon.
Ooh! The Achilles was hitting its heel and
Oh.
explodes in the first shot.
The Firefly managed to seek out the Achilles heel.
Yeah, you gotta watch the bite of those fireflies.
Yeah.
They're nasty little buggers.
I really like how Haymaker has his Panzer Grenadier Fuhrer right next to the Firefly, so if shit hit the fan, pop the smoke grenade.
Yeah, and he's done it at least once already. He's done it twice.
So yeah, it's such a good strategy, keeping your leader units near your MVP targets or MVP units, as smoke grenades can absolutely just save you 200 points.
True.
Of losing a Firefly. Now he's getting some Haymakers, bringing in some Pioneers, and finally a Flampanzer to help out. It's not in range to use its fiery goodness.
Well, he does know finally now that, despite the fact that he shelled the entire stinking town, maybe, just maybe, he should not be pressuring when there are Piats, because eventually the law of averages will catch up.
Yeah, and the Piat will actually hit something eventually, one day.
One day.
One day. Speaking of Piats, it's off topic. Other day, Khan, I was playing a match as Guards Armored, and I killed a tiger with a sod.
Wait, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I actually chased it down as it ran behind my lines. He's being a bit of an idiot with it. And I had my shot hiding behind a tree line, and the tiger just ran right past it. I missed the first shot because it's a Pia, so I just chased it down. Tiger didn't look back at my array. It was like bloody Kelly Zeros. Shot bloody knocked it out, second hit while it was on move. I think I stopped the shot at the end it shot, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still rather blown away by it. So was the tiger.
Ah, you beat me. I was like, he's gonna take a breath, and I'm there.
The Flampanzer goes down, yo.
Didn't see that. We are going to see the Wolfram is firing yet again, and going a little long.
Oh yeah. But still, the Wolfram and it rough all over. I love seeing it. It's gonna make our town disappear.
He's gonna paint the town red, but not in the way you might think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Spitfire coming. I think he's trying to knock out the Wolfram. Yes, he is.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that might be a direct hit.
Ooh,
no.
Whoa,
Survives.
just barely to the side.
Yeah.
Boy to Firefly retreats from this command Cromwell that's coming in the area, and frankly, he's got to kill it, because if any resistance by that Cromwell, his entire attack's going to fall to pieces.
Yeah,
in fact, there's another Cromwell, 2 more Cromwells. Is it the English Civil War here? Jeez.
They're about to do like a cavalry charge on Munson. What's the bloody bat? Oh god, I can't remember the name. It's the big decisive run on the bridge where they flank the Scotch. But
Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge. There we go. Thank you. I think it's Stamford. Yeah. Right.
Yep. The one that Braveheart got completely wrong. That one. Yes.
That one.
Well, it's either that or it's Falkirk where the Scots get completely whooped.
Yeah.
But that's a different thing altogether.
Sorry. I want to see what the hell the rest of them are doing, because in like the middle, right, God, it's pretty even Stevens, nothing too crazy. And the factories pose managed to get a bit of a foothold here of some Stapurizis, but nothing really too crazy. Yeah, it's really just more the fun accents happening down south with mortars and Wolframs.
Well, but you say about the Poles getting a little bit of position. No. Now the Germans are just playing Stalingrad. They were like, dude, we know this works. We had to put up with it for like 8 months, okay? Yeah. Actually, I think I really kind of enjoy the positioning of these forces down to the south of the Germans. The AT pieces just behind the forest tree line here, and who took out the boy to Firefly?
I think it's probably a Cromwell. Yeah, it's probably a Cromwell.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, and Sexton, by the way, bestowing some holy firepower down on the Germans. But I did really like the positioning of his troops there. It was rather nice. Yeah. AT hitting behind the tree line. You have spotters from the infantry. You have some, close fire support.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolframen is going to be firing just again as soon as he redeploys ever so slightly away from the Sexton. Yeah. And wow, that was almost a full Opel Blitz.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he can't even reload anymore.
That's pretty bad. You kind of need an Opel Blitz to reload the Wolframen. Yeah. I do want to know that both sides they're not playing 2 separate 1v1s. I've been looking at the unit names and whatnot, but like, Knife Guy and Zag both have stuff down south and up north. We've got Embed sends on Panzer B2 to help Haymaker down south. I do love seeing this in 2v2s where you see, teammates actually support teammates. and not just playing two separate 1v1s. It's like how the game is meant to be played.
There's a Jagdpanzer in the middle part of the field that was able to come up, snipes off one allied tank. Don't really know what it was. But he is forced back right now as his Stuart fires impotently at him. And whoa, it's kicking off inside the factory right now.
Oof, let's see how the factory complex looks. And geez, was that a rough ramming? That was a rough ramming.
Well, the Saturtsi that were there are pretty much screwed.
Yeah. Fight fire with fire.
Fire with firepower, or just did you really mean with fire?
I literally meant with fire, but like I mean it's like a rocket, so it's kind of like fire. It's not like flamethrower fire. It's just like rocket fire with explosive fire. Either way, someone got fired.
These B2s, they get brought in and immediately get pwned. And unfortunately, there is very little AT defense there at this point. We have a Pack 40 down to the south of the factory, actually in a really great position. No one's coming through that train yard. Never mind, here comes a mosquito, and isn't he just so annoying?
Yeah, you want to trot that down immediately.
And outside of that, though, the Jagdpanzer is kind of beginning to prowl back towards the front, and the town is easily back inside Allied hands to the south.
Yeah, I mean, those Cromwells just definitely make it a pain in the butt to come through. But oh, look, we got Tiger Wittmann. Oh boy.
And a very, very optimistic Verframen barrage. I think he's going to try to use this and then jump right behind with Wittmann. I would have liked that. But...
yeah, but like... I don't... You know, it's just so, like... so authentic, because he's bringing out Wittmann to fight this desert rat inside of a town. That's literally what happened at Village Bocage.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that this is not quite the Villa Bocage, though.
No.
I mean, he will begin to engage this Firefly, and...
because, yeah, it was Desert Rat throughout Village Bocage. That was...
the 7th, yep.
Yeah.
It was the 7th Armored.
Yeah, so... I want to see him. I actually want to see him run through his town and kill everything. We know that's not going to actually happen, because it isn't real life. But, yeah, Wittmann's, I mean, the Firefly's going to keep him at bay. You got Saxon putting down good fire too. You know, in all seriousness, Haymaker needs, like, infantry in front and stuff to help take
and Tiger behind.
And infantry, you know, I keep the infantry in front and my business behind. Business being a Tiger tank.
Quick update on northern fighting. More half-tracks being brought on forwards, and a desperate attempt to start breaking out some of these buildings. But they shell and destroy one building, and what happens? The Germans move 5 steps back and force them to fight again for the next row.
Yeah, it's so many Osttruppen. It's just a complete Osttruppen span.
As for the whole Villa Bocage thing, I think he had to get, what, like 11 kills, 12 kills?
It was a lot.
Obscene number.
Yeah, it depends, like, I know, it depends, like, what you count as, like, do you count anti-tank guns or kills, like, tanks? It's still, like, a lot of kills, nonetheless, at Village Bocage. Yeah,
in the meantime, it does look like Haymaker really, if he wants to get back in this, he needs to be true to his name and start swinging wildly here.
Yeah, it's just... I know it's tough. Desert Rats and Pose have, like, really good positions all over. I mean, the middle, it's pretty rare. I mean, just looking at the mini-map, the Germans just don't have that much in the middle or down south compared to the Allies, just in unit numbers, per se. So I think it's going to be very hard for them to take it back. And to be honest, like, I'm not giving you shit here, Bets, but like 7/16 is like the worst division to play, and it's definitely not helping out, especially against Pose and Desert Rats, which are both very solid divisions, especially Desert Rats. Desert Rats is one of the best Allied divisions to play.
Unless his job was to do one thing and one thing only, and that's not lose the factory.
Yeah,
let's be fair.
He's doing very good at that.
All the negative stuff that's happening really has been the lower third of the map.
Yeah.
And part of that is the mismatch, I think, early on between 7th Armored and 12th SS.
Mm-hmm.
Also Panzer 4H down there. Okay, so he's going the H route. Good to know. And immediately starts taking fire from that 6-pounder. So Lord knows it's going to be a dead Panzer 4 pretty quickly, and that's going to make me very sad.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ripperoonie. I just don't think there's going to be many areas for him to really take advantage of the Tiger. He doesn't have... I mean, he's got some infantry in front of the Tiger now, the Panzer Grenadiers, but there's just so many targets that he has to kill and uproot from their positions. It will take him a while to really make any push, and by that time, the Allies can get anti-tank weaponry nearby to try and deal with said Tiger. I mean, yeah, I got a 17-pounder southwest of the Tiger in that, like, vertical tree or diagonal tree line, trying to get a position onto said Tiger. But at least Haymaker isn't, like, you know, charging it into the front line, doing some crazy nonsense, which is good for, you know, it's keeping it back, keeping it reserved, using it as a fire support unit. He's being shot by a 17-pounder now, and that 17-pounder does have 2-star veterancy, so it's going to get stunned, so actually, that's pretty lucky.
There is now also a Lorraine firing on another 17-pounder, and I'm super excited to see the Lorraine. We talk about it every single time it comes out, but...
Yeah. You haven't made a pun.
Yeah, you know, I would. I really, really would, but as of right now, I think my heart's sinking to the current German fortunes on this map.
Yeah. Did it really rain in your parade?
I'm not gonna engage. You know what? I'm not gonna engage.
Carl's gonna kill me after this. So was that 17-pounder being killed by a Lorraine?
Oh well, you are coming to my country in September. You said so.
Yeah, sometime, yeah. But Lorraines. One thing nice about 716 is that you can get like a good amount of Lorraines, and honestly, it should be the main artillery piece. It should be getting the 716 because, I mean, it is 27 HE damage.
Oh wait, here comes the Hurricane. Many rockets. Okay.
Ooh.
I thought it was going to be, you know, shoots of Vitman with a full house, but his Indian name was not quite true today. You did seem to have deactivated the entire way through, so I was like, okay, here comes the rank 3-step rocket attack. But maybe thankfully, maybe unfortunately, that attack did not go well.
Yeah. It's also just like the Hurricane just has like the HE rocket. Well, I mean, all the rockets are HE, but the Hurricane's more for like infantry purpose. It's gonna still be a pain in the ass as he has to wait for the Tiger to get back his morale. And as you see, we've already got another 17-pounder in position to try and ambush said Tiger and Panzer IV here. But look, MBATS is you know, helping out with infantry spam down south and in the middle. So it seems like the Germans are going for another push here, but the Allies just have too much stuff.
With too much armor. Forget stuff. I mean, stuff, if it was just Streltsky, I wouldn't be too concerned.
Yeah.
But all those Shermans, all those AT guns.
And you got half-tracks and Bren carriers too. And
it's just Bren guns? Where's the rank that I knew that hates Bren guns?
No, it's just like, the nice thing about like those things, they just take shots for you. They're just here to be shot at. You know, the half-tracks are like drones and some sort of like sci-fi game that take the missiles for you instead of like, you know, getting hit up by the missile of your ship.
Now, I continue to be amused. Look at the northern side of the map, though. Again, the overall territory being controlled has been very, very consistent. And again, while you have definitely made comments, and fairly so, about the 716th not being particularly strong, 716th is tearing a new one in the north.
They're doing good. I mean, those Italian troops doing very bloody good at keeping those Dragoonies at bay. I mean, the problem is 716th as well. It's gonna be hard for him to like really take advantage of his opening, as it's all slow units. But he's doing pretty well, regardless. He's gonna get surrenders, Look at and he's getting the Italian troops nearby to get the Panzerfaust in, and there goes the pose for now.
Okay, that guy's pinned down. I would have thought there would have been a surrender there, but I guess no, because the half-track's still in the area.
Yeah, and he just needs to run a little bit closer just to get that map control.
I will say the air power has been much more utilized on the Allied side than the Germans.
Yeah. I just think because, like, especially Pose have such a good air power division with all the bloody Hurricanes. And also Desert Rats too has some very nice airplanes. I haven't seen the B-25 Mitchell, it's a bit of a shame. I do love seeing that thing being brought out. It's also a very good plane to bring out. But we do actually see a Flampanzer in the factory actually getting some flame on.
Yes.
And
yes,
it gets a stack out too.
That was actually been really strong. Whoa! That had been a
Whoa,
side shot,
bets?
wasn't it?
Jeez. That was a side shot. Yeah, that was a side shot on the Cromwell here. 1-2 punts, and that's going to open up his rest of the factory area for Betts to maybe take control of. He's been fighting over here.
The amusing thing to a certain extent was the fact that the B2 was waiting while the Osttruppen and the Dragroni were having a nice little fist fight, and eventually he was like, screw this, and he just starts flying flame at the building.
Yeah.
Where's Wittmann now? Is he alive still? I haven't checked in a while.
I think he's dead.
Oh no, he is
he's
quite
dead.
dead
As a
Jim.
doorknob. I mean, look at all his fight. I mean, yeah, we've got 2-star Fireflies now, so... Huh. Good luck with that.
And the Command Cromwell, who's given him that nice little 3rd star.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so negative down here that Haymaker is bringing in machine guns.
Yeah, he's got... Yeah.
That's perilous.
Embed's got a Pack 43, though. That's a pretty good choice in this scenario, as, you know, Pack 43 just deletes tanks.
Yeah,
it's like a King Tiger, but without the armor. Sorry.
I don't see a reason to defrag down here, though, either.
Yeah.
Shoot a wounded. You best back up.
Yeah.
And a second one being brought in right next to it. Or no, it's just a pack. Another pack, okay. 17-pounders, oh wow. The AT guns have really been huge killers in this game.
Yeah, been for both sides?
Yeah, so even for both sides.
I mean, now you got the Germans setting up one last AT gun rule.
Well, meanwhile, the Poles are setting up one last half-track defense, and they will be able to push back what's left of the German attack.
Mm-hmm.
But the factory is completely in German control.
Yeah. It's,
Heck, this B2's engaging a Centaur. No, he's not. Maybe. Yes, no.
It's almost like Red October Factory. But not in October. But in July. But it is red.
Are you proud of yourself for that one?
I wanted to fit it in somehow. It didn't really fit in that well, but...
Just like that sausage in your mouth?
Just like... It was a very street sausage. It's hard to get it all in.
You enjoy doing that, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, 2 squads of flame troops go down because the B2 just says, oh, you're not getting out of your half-track today. I'm sorry, but you make a comment, please.
Dude, no, these B2s are just... working so well. Like, I'm so surprised Embeds has managed to capture this much ground up north through 7/16. Like, he's going...
He's
going
crushed
absolute
it.
ham.
Yeah.
And these are B2s. They're not even, like... The Flampanzer runs as well, so they don't have the howitzer to help with the fire support against vehicles. This is down to that dinky little 37mm gun.
There is one B2 with the howitzer that's left. One.
Yeah. A rare shite. No.
Transmission damage. This might be the end of that particular attack. I'm sorry. Yes,
that's one thing I really like about Steel Division. It's like you got like every single like other World War II RTS game. It's like all the regular tanks, all the normal stuff that you usually see in video games. Steel Division is like we're gonna throw in some French tanks from 1940 because that's what the Germans actually used, and it actually works in this game. Even though it's completely out of date, they do have their purpose, they do have their usage, and they're a lot of fun to use. Like, I'd always think, like, using a French Renault tank from 1935 would be, like, a terrible idea in any other video game I'd play, if they have it. But in Steel Division, it's a raw unit. It does have its place.
Well, what did you make the comment to me the other day when we were doing this? It was a while ago, actually, now that I think about it. But all the tanks in Call of Duty 2, the first COD 2.
There's, like, 2 tanks.
Yeah, but they're all P2s.
I know.
Right?
You never, like I was playing through the COD 2 campaign, like the other week, and yeah, pretty much like for the majority of the campaign, all the German tanks are Panzer II. So I was like a few Tiger tanks thrown in at the end because they're like the big bad guy boss tanks, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the most part, it's all Panzer IIs, which usually don't like. I mean, Germans use them a lot, but usually in media, they're never really portrayed that much, especially in such a mainstream quotation mark. Video game franchise. Oh no, it's just...
There's one Brave B1 out, and there's a lot of extra other... Yep, no, he's not making it out either.
Oh yeah, he's bugging.
Dual-engine bomber is not going to make it at this point in time either.
Yeah.
Yep, please go for it.
Now, Panther is, he's bugged. all alone, unsupported. Just the Desert Rats is a critical mass of tanks.
Yep.
Just the Firefly Death Ball is totally real. It's like Knife Guys playing Protoss.
Yeah, it definitely is no more Mr. Knife Guy. I might have used that before, but you know what? It's hard not to.
You haven't used it in this match, so
That's true. That is true.
That's true. And
we are slowly getting to that +2 as well. Any second now? No? One more? Okay, fine. One more. Yeah. 1 more % here.
Oh god, the Firefly, Cromround's, the Panther G's, he's just holding up in this corner. It's like,
oh yeah,
come round, mofo.
Oh yeah, well you never fight a cornered animal.
Yep.
Bad idea, but he's on the move. Transmission damaged. He's going to be dead here now.
Yeah. He sort of, that was a bit of bad micro from Haymaker. He sort of had that tank stopped. Because he didn't even manage to get a shot on because he was moving.
No, he did not. And they are all over the place. This is like the Skaven, man. These are Ratmen pointing in every single direction.
Yeah. They
surrender. They die. Command Cromwell's going to hit this poor moving in. Was this a Pax 40 coming in behind here? No, this is an 88, isn't it? Well, whatever it's dead. Yep, this is starting to get kind of ugly.
Yeah.
And yeah, wants to go to +2, but at the same time, this is a 2v2. We haven't done this very often, so I'm fighting with myself right now, Rang.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, yeah, Knife Guy's now in a position to just shoot behind enemy lines. Even though he can't see it, he's pretty much shot off the spawn point all down south. So, yeah, he's just... instead of fighting horizontally now, he's now fighting the map vertically. And there's not really much to fight over. It's all just free real estate.
Actually, what I do like is the fact that he's still using attack moves to the southern side. He's saying, you know what? Maybe there's a little bit of like marauding infantry. I don't want to lose any tanks. Let's bring some more infantry in to kind of just clear the entire way. That's still... You've clearly destroyed your opponent down here, and you're just kind of doing that anyway. That's a sign of a good player, I would say.
Yeah, and, there's no need to, rush through. I mean, he's already at a +2 point advantage. So they're clearly going to win the match. Which is just trying to, nip a few more kills with the Firefly Death Ball.
I would be interested to see the overall breakdown in terms of teams. It does feel that while more fighting was happening in the north, more kills were happening in the south. At least insofar as the B2s were not involved.
Especially like more expensive kills down south. Well, up north it was the B team in terms of units.
Oh dear God! 17 pounder gets so close he's able to take out the Lorraine.
Oof.
And it looks like he might get a shot on... Yep, he's shooting that Panther G in the side.
Oh boy.
That's called poaching, you fool! Oh man. One more round.
That's pretty lucky.
One more round will do it, though.
He might get surrendered by the half tracks. I don't think that's going to happen. No, he gets blown up.
Nope. But that's the thing now. I mean, Haymaker can bring in huge tanks, but there's no infantry to back them up. And there's so much anti-tank, it's not even fair.
Yeah. I mean, a big heavy tank is always cool, and I do love using German heavy tanks. But, when you don't have anything to really support him, they're just pretty worthless. That's the trick of German heavy tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it does look like, true to my metaphor before, the factory complex will be sealed off, and we will be seeing another Stalingrad.
Yeah. It's just good defenses all over. Embeds did a pretty fantastic job up north, just holding the area. And then taking the area of 7/16.
We have 2 Tigers, though.
Oh, damn. Haymaker's been banking those points.
Yes, he has. And while he is able to suppress a 17 pounder, there are still, like you said, Fireflies galore. And not inexperienced ones either.
Yeah.
The +3 now, yeah. The brave guys. Stressing out. Ooh, not even quite stressing out. I thought you had the stress out there.
But there's the Fireflies coming in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
One more round will do it.
2-star Fireflies are essentially like a Panther G in terms of lethality. I mean, yes, it doesn't have the armor, but it really feels like you're fighting against a Panther when facing off against those 2-star Fireflies. Because you usually don't expect Fireflies to be so bloody accurate. because they usually don't have the veterancy.
And frankly, even with that 6 accuracy, you still shouldn't expect it to be that accurate anyway.
Yeah, it's they're really good. Even though like Desert Rats is a pretty OP division, even though the Fireflies are really good, they only get like 1 per card, so it's still a rather expensive card to take. Whereas if you lose it, you can't really. They're not as replaceable compared to getting like the more regular Firefly cards.
True.
Yeah,
True.
we've got Tiger flanking around, and the Fireflies aren't really looking his way. So, well, Run is, but maybe he can kill it. Nope.
This is absurd. This is absurd. I realize you have a high silhouette, but come on. In the animal kingdom, who eats first? It's not the Firefly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you want to keep the times too?
Sure. 35.
Sure. Oh, okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
And it does look like it's going to be a complete kill, let's say. Yep, it's going to be pretty much a complete kill here.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, wow, Mbet's really good 7-16 play. And Haymaker, I'm sorry, man, you just got overwhelmed early on, and you were playing from behind the 8 ball for a fair bit of time.
Yeah. But yeah, good job to Knife Guy and Zags Crag, otherwise known as Axis of No Talent. They did definitely display some talent in that match. And yeah, Knife Guy, as you can tell, lots of kills. Lots of kills. 7th Armored is a good division.
Well, and looking at that too, like I said, tons of fighting in the north between the poles and a 7/16th, but where are all the kills? And where are all the losses, for that matter? Haymaker, this for days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, getting hammered.
Yeah, and let's go through the history. It's pretty
it's modeled.
Yeah, it's mild. I mean, in some areas where the Germans just lose a lot of stuff. Okay, yeah, the Germans do lose quite a bit in some areas. Same with the Allies in some areas too. But yeah, towards the end, it's just a turkey shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's really rare. Knife Guy got all those bloody kills. The boy to Firefly did pretty good. Kellerman, look at him. Knocked out both 2-star Recon Sturridge, 3 Recon Sturridge, and Achilles. So that's pretty good use of Firefly. Too bad I didn't manage to actually, take hold of the town.
True.
Yeah. I also want to know, as like a unit called Bartholomew, and then there's a Baraclue. I know. In the victims tab for the boy to Firefly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just looks rather similar in terms of name. And very British.
I think one would be Scottish, wouldn't it? Baraclue?
Yeah, probably. But Scotland's kind of Britain. Well, not for longer, probably. But
you say it's kind of a prison?
I was going to say kind of Britain, but
okay.
Not for longer, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep our political discussions nice and vague here. Wow, Mosquito in the meantime. Jeez, even Mosquito killed 2-pack 43s.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
What about Blount, by the way? 17-pounder kills Panzer H, 251s, the Lorraine, the Panther G, and a Flampanzer. Now, to be fair,
good.
I think he got all those kills in the last minute and a half of the match.
Yeah.
But still,
and they got the Firefly knocking out the 2 Tigers. Yeah, it's good kills for Desert Rats all around. They have a lot of very high performing units.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, a good match from both sides. Very entertaining. I mean, don't do 2v2s all that often, but it's a pretty good 2v2.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, of course, MBETs, if you want to start throwing some more, you know who to prod. But yeah. Fantastic game all around. Any last thoughts?
Nope, I'm good.
Sounds good. All right, folks. We'll see you next week with more Steel Division. I am Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Bloody hell, that's a bloody voice crack. I'm Rangru. Take it easy.
Puberty is a bitch.